So there's this black woman who went on Don Lemon's show and said that Chris Rock got everything that he deserved because he made too many jokes on women, on black women, and when Will Smith went up there and slapped Chris Rock, he got what he deserved. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but we're about to watch this video. There's been a response from DL Hughley, another black comedian who's responding to what she said. So it's a whole little thing. Let's go ahead and get up into this bad boy.
What's up? This is Method Man right here. Yes, I have a mask on because I care. Welcome to Jody's Corner.
It's your boy Jody Joe. Would you consider subscribing? Thank you to everybody for being subscribing to my channel. I appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. But yeah, let's take a look at this woman who went on the Don Lemon show and said some things about how she feel Chris Rock deserved to get slapped. Check it out.
Why did you think he deserved to be slapped?
It's not so much about being slapped as much as it is about accountability, right? He has made black women specifically the butt of his jokes for years, and he's finally being held accountable. So I feel like this kind of sets the precedence, going forward. Hopefully that people will be more careful about how they treat and discuss, black women.
People are going to focus on your words saying, is Candace McDuffie condoning violence, saying that, that Will Smith should have slapped Chris Rock?
I think, in the literal sense, it seems like a bit much. But honestly, sitting here, calling Jada out of her name, making fun of her hair condition, talking about her alopecia, words can be violent as well. And as we've seen, black girls and women, we suffer abuse at higher rates in this country. So continuing to humiliate us only perpetuates this.
A lot of people laugh, though, when they hear the jokes and they say he's a comedian, he's just being funny. Maybe you're being too sensitive about it. What do you say?
I think it speaks to a larger American pattern of using marginalized people as comedic fodder. And then it can also, lead to violence being incited. It can lead to us being not seen as human. Words and comedy have larger consequences, as we've seen in recent years. What we saw on that stage wasn't comedy. It was comedy, but it was really pain. He hasn't healed from what's happened. And instead of kind of dealing with those emotions and those feelings, he's just taking it out and continues to take his rage and anger out on black women.
Why can't it just be the fact that he's a comedian telling jokes? And let's keep it a buck. Are you guys noticing some parallels? Because I sure am. She's got that. So listen. First of all, blonde hair and gold hair with the gold eyeshadow. Like, that's a lot. But she has a familiar type of hairstyle as Jada. She's got the short hair. So it feels to me like maybe when Chris Rock said that thing about Jada, she probably felt some type of way about it because she has a very similar Jada look. She probably took that as an attack on herself. Maybe she might have some alopecia issues. Maybe she has issues with her hair. To her mind, she's probably really insecure with how she looks. I think that what Chris said about the alopecia situation, about Jada's hair, was a personal attack. She took it personally, and she's triggered and mad about it. But I can't believe that she said this right here.
And he's finally being held accountable.
He's finally being held accountable. A lack of accountability on the man's side, a male comedian as well, that's not usually what is something that we deal with. As men in society, we hold ourselves accountable, and other men hold other men accountable, because if we are not held accountable, then we run amok. And what happens when men run amok in society? Other men put them in their place. Whether it be you get beat up, thrown in jail, lose your job, get reprimanded, men hold other men accountable. That ain't a problem on this side. He's just a comedian doing his set. Does he make jokes about black women? Yup. Does he make jokes about women? Yup. But does he also make jokes about white people? Yup. Asians? Yup. Does he also make jokes about everyday life? Yup. Politics? Yup. being broke, yup, being rich, yup. He makes jokes about a lot of stuff. How about it's just that he's doing a full spectrum of comedy, and then when it finally happens to target black women, it's ding, 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 ringing in your ear. This man don't have a career of just roasting black women and women. That's not what, Chris Rock ain't known like that for that. His jokes are kind of corny sometimes. Chris Rock is white people's black comedian. That's the best way to describe him. Chris Rock is the comedian that white people choose. That's my black comedian right there. That's who he is. And for you to say that he deserved to get slapped, that was him being accountable for his jokes, you're crazy. Nobody should get physically assaulted on the world stage for doing their job. What he did to Jada, that slight joke that he hit Jada with, was him doing his job as the host of the Oscars. But what I'm glad to know is that somebody came out and said something. Now, let me tell you about this man, D.L. Hughley. I don't like him. D.L. Hughley has said some really hoish things in the past, bro. He said some real blasphemous things. And if you want to talk about black women, D.L. Hughley, and try to defend black women, you should be defending Monique, who you abandoned. You abandoned Monique when she sued Netflix, and you told her you need to chill and all this other BS. You wouldn't support her. You brought her on your show and you acted weird. But I'm gonna listen to you anyway. What do you have to say, D.L. Hughley?
Slap was justified, and you think that the comedy was too far. I think that's ironic. I think that is ironic that you think that one response to a joke was violence, and that's justified, but response to violence is a joke, and that isn't. That seems to be really the tone of the special. I do think it's ironic that everybody got a chance to respond about that slap, except the man who got slapped. And when he responds, it causes this kind of upheaval. I don't think you should ever have the right to tell somebody how or when or what's appropriate for their response. Here's the problem. He talked about one black woman. There are millions of them in the country. So I don't know how a conversation, and the reason, honestly, the reason we know about the black woman that he referenced in the special is because they make it their business to let us know what's going on.
That's a good point. Jada Pinkett on that goddamn red table, always talking about her alopecia and things that she deal with, her struggles. Don't nobody care about your alopecia, Jada. Don't nobody care about your bald head. Don't nobody care about your faded head, your shaved head. Don't nobody care when you had hair, when it was curly, when you had the low cut, when you had the what's it gonna be? Freaking set it off hair, which was the best braids. Don't nobody tripping off your hair. We don't care. Most of the time, people used to say how beautiful Jada Pinkett was. People are saying less of that nowadays, but they used to say it. So why don't you talk about that? Nobody care about your hair, but you want to bring your insecurities out into the world and then share it with everybody. Of course people are going to have something to say. Good point, DL. You're still trash, but good point.
When you have a show that's specifically about telling people what you see and what's going on in your life, you're gonna open yourself, you're gonna subject yourself to somebody who has a vantage point of that. Meghan Markle, we only know about her because they make it their point to let us know what's going on. So I don't know how you extrapolate that into his perspective about every single black woman. That's kind of a non-starter for me. He was talking about two specific people, and millions of people thought he was punching down on them. I don't understand. I thought it was brilliant, and I think it's exactly what you're supposed to do as an artist: is use your art to express your feelings.
Take your finger off the camera, DL. You're trash. You old.
Your perspective, and I thought.
Oh fuck, DL, you a senior citizen, my dude. Oh fuck, my nigga, DL, fuck. Take your finger off your phone. You like my grandpa, bro. God dang. Oh my god. But yeah, guys, I mean, what's weird to me is that I understand why Will did it, though. Will is a slave running from slave master. He got tired of being, mastercized by Jada, the Sith Lord, and he broke free for a minute. He broke his genetic coding, you know what I'm saying? He was on his Winter Soldier shit, and for a minute there, he lost his programming, and he was, She sent that fool up there. She said the magic words from the Red Book and activated the Winter Soldier and sent them on a mission to slap Chris Rock. Will has some culpability there. He's responsible for his actions 100%. But I understand why Will did what he did. Understanding why somebody does something wrong is not bailing them out for what they did being wrong and then giving them the punishment for it. And it's not the same, saying acknowledging why someone did something wrong does not free them from, being in the wrong. You know what I mean? Like, if you kill my entire family, like if you come into my home, you kill my whole family, and I'm the one, and you thought you killed me on some Punisher type shit, and then I recover, I find out who did it, and then I murder your family. But then I take I take you and I pin you up on the garage. I load up a super soaker full of gasoline and I squirt it on, shh, and then I throw a match. And you just sitting there, burning on your friggin' shit. And the world could see, everybody see, oh man, man burns man alive on his own house, uses super soaker gasoline. People would think I'm a goddamn monster. But you killed my family. I got a reason for why I did what I did to you. It doesn't mean that what I did was right, justified at all. But you understand. Because he killed his family. He came and did vengeance on his family. That's why. So I understand why Will did what he did. You're in the sunken place, Will. Somebody get a teacup with a spoon in it and start stirring that shit so we can probably get him up out of here. And I just hope you guys, I don't know if I've ever rooted for a divorce more in my life since like my parents. Like, that's some crazy shit. I am rooting for Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith to get a divorce. I'm rooting for that because I think Will can recover from this, but he will never recover. He will never be truly happy so long as he has that ball and chain Sith Lord attached to him. Y'all got smoke for Will. I get it, but y'all really need to understand the woman behind him is the reason why he is the way he is, and his life is a mess, and the children are, it's just all bad. The whole family's a mess because of Jada's influence, bro. And I know y'all say an alpha male, beta male, you need to have control over your house. I understand all that, but at the end of the day, our women are what win at the end. No matter how tough we are, we want to appease our women. And what the woman says goes in the household sometimes. So there it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is D.L. Hughley right? Is the black woman right for saying that's what you get, Chris? You got slapped. Let me know in the comment section. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out. Deuces.